Nigeria. Definitely, it is our prayer, endless prayer. May we always be in sound health. And that's why on the AM Cafe, conversations that have to do with the wellness of our lives is the focus. And this morning, we'll be focusing on another case of poliovirus that is being recorded in Nigeria. We keep hearing of all kinds of cases. And it gets to a point we even have the tendency to conclude that maybe some people in the name of medical experts somewhere are just so fond of scaring the public. And that's why they keep coming up with reports upon reports. But which one is poliovirus? Is it another thing we should just treat with kids' gloves for those of us who do so? Or is it something to be taken seriously? With me in the house this morning is a friend of the house. Yes, the Director of Public Health. Yes, the Director of Ministry of Health, Osun State. Please help me welcome Dr. Akimbelo.
Yo,
Thank you
morning.
so much
Good morning,
for joining us again this morning.
Yeah,
we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Well, whether it is something to be dismissed or not, it is our job to make sure we investigate and do the needful, informing and educating the society. This is another one, poliovirus. Thank you for being here. Which one is poliovirus? Is this something to be dismissed or is it real? Which one? Is it new? I think we should even start with that. Is it new? What exactly is it?
Not to be honest, I'll tell you very much, Representative. Poliovirus has been with us for thousands of years.
Thousands of years.
Yes, for thousands of years. And it is what is called poliomyelitis.
Oh, okay.
It causes poliomyelitis.
I've always heard that.
And of course, always we short it to polio. And this disease is very preventable. It's difficult. We get it through a dirty environment, through contaminated food, contaminated water, and it can be prevented. And we have vaccine against it. In 2020, Nigeria was certified free of white poliovirus. White poliovirus. White. We call it white poliovirus. But actually, the polio has developed mutation. The one we have nowadays is circulating variants of poliovirus type 2. That's what we are having today. And it's not only happening in Nigeria. In this year, as at September, about 134 cases of this circulating variant of poliovirus 2, type 2, have been documented in Africa, mainly in Cameroon, Central African Republic, Mali, Benin Republic, Chad, Niger, and Nigeria. In Nigeria, 83 cases were recorded this year in 14 states in Nigeria of this type 2, circulating variants of poliovirus type 2. And 69 out of these cases, 64 out of these cases presented with this acute flaccid paralysis. And the 19 cases were just developed environmental. You know, there are some sites, maybe suicide that are being identified all over Nigeria. About 193 sites regularly in conjunction with WHO. We do surveillance activities to carry out if there is polio virus in there. And in fact, we have about 3 sites in Osun State. And then we have one in Malaysia, one in Ede, and one in Osogbo. So they go there regularly to test if there is polio virus in there. So, but it's better this year than double last year. That's great reduction, about 35% reduction. That we had more cases last year than this year.
Why would we have more cases last year? Is it that the patients identified have been cured or something like that?
You know one thing about polio virus is that the majority of the cases are usually, let's say 75% of the cases are usually asymptomatic.
Okay.
Actually, asymptomatic. Only very few cases.
You may have it and you may not.
You have it, you may not show any sign of symptoms of it.
But what does the symptom look like?
Well, the symptoms, you can have sore throat, fever, minor symptoms. Only for people, it may lead to death.
Sore throat,
and fever.
Fever.
Yes.
And there could be severe instances.
Severe instances.
Wow.
Where patient may die. And also, apart from that, they can have severe headache. They can have paralysis. And you obviously, after you might have had polio for a long time, that was post syndrome, that the one part of the legs will become very weak and be thinner than the other part. You call that case like this, what we have in the hypertrophy, that is one part is smaller. You can see people walking with, those are the signs of
is this something that that can be more severe in children than adults?
Actually more severe in children.
Okay.
Very severe, more severe in children. And that's the reason that at least if it's identified, if you are able to identify a case of polio in any society, in that area, patient will be vaccinated or revaccinated. All the children in that environment will be revaccinated to prevent the spread of polio.
Okay. Talking about the vaccines available, are they more of preventive vaccines or curative? Is there anything like curative vaccines?
The one we have for polio is preventive vaccine. There's no curative management of polio. It's better you prevent it. There's nothing you can do. Just if anybody has severe form of polio, you just manage the symptoms.
Now, is it right to say that the prenatal services in our hospitals have improved seriously, and that's why the cases are reducing?
Partly, because when you are going for prenatal, antenatal services, patients are educated, they are given education, and these vaccines, the vaccination, immunization program, are also part of health education that they normally educate them about. And definitely, if the problem we have in this part of the world, they are unable to eradicate this the spread of the disease, is that there's still some children, they have not been vaccinated, or they are under vaccinated. In the war zones, look at what happened in the Northeast during this Boko Haram period. And some people still don't believe in these vaccines. And there's no way, if somebody is affected, it can spread, it can affect the whole community. And that's the reason. But
is this seriously communicable?
I can't say that it's highly contagious. It's highly contagious. It's highly contagious. Well, it can be spread. It's spread from all the maybe water or the food that we eat.
I even like that part you just touched. Water, food that we eat. In a country where it's like poverty is on the increase, how sincere are we to say an incident like polio virus is being taken care of, is being eradicated? How sincere are we where malnourishment is on the increase? How do you react to this?
Actually, thank you for that question. What I know is this. We know there's poverty in the land. But since this is are very preventable by taking vaccination. With poverty, vaccines are free. And there's no, example now, this is our state, there's no primary care facilities that you go, you don't be vaccinated. They are freely available. They are safe. They are free alive and they are safe. So
available
poverty,
anytime.
Poverty
is not an excuse.
It's not an excuse. It's only what problem we have is that people that are still dirty environments.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to drive at. Does that mean that once I'm vaccinated, I can become nonchalant about my environment?
If you are vaccinated, what about others that are not vaccinated? Vaccination does not mean you are not going to contact illness. But the expression of illness with you after being vaccinated is what's difference.
Okay.
You are safer when you are vaccinated.
Okay, the effect of
the vaccine.
Disease
No, you boost your immunity
to
fight against
immunity,
it. Yes,
okay.
to fight against the disease.
All right.
What about people that are not vaccinated? What are people that missed their vaccines? And that's the reason that the moment that the outbreak of polio in the community, all the children under age must be vaccinated. Revaccinated. Vaccinated and revaccinated. Very important.
So, but at the same time, you are not in denial of the negative effects of poor economy on improved health.
That was very clear. That was very clear. It's very clear. Don't let us go to that, but it's very clear. But definitely, if our economy is very poor, definitely it's going to have a total effect on our health.
Okay, talking about awareness creation, would you say we have sufficient awareness creation against the polio virus? Incidences being recorded in 14 states right now, and is Osun on the list of the first 14 states? So if I throw in one question now.
Osun is not on the list of the first state. The states are predominantly, well, I'm not having a say, I must tell the truth. But as I'm aware of, Osun is not part of the first state. That's what it's not part of the state, because in Osun State we are proactive. There's this routine immunization that we carry out regularly. And there's no time you go to any of our facilities there, you will not be vaccinated. And polio vaccines are part of routine immunization.
Okay, yeah, I was talking about the awareness. How would you evaluate ongoing awareness?
No, actually,
are we having sufficient awareness?
No, actually, our people are trying, and we have our partners, the WHO, the UNICEF. They are supporting the government of Nigeria. They are all over the states. And of course, radio stations, TV stations, online. Like what we are doing now is that we are creating awareness. We are creating awareness. And when you go to local level, we have health promoters creating awareness at the local level. So we are doing fine. We are doing fine.
All right. Talking about personal hygiene. Is this another clarion call to every individual that it starts with personal hygiene?
You know, health is wealth. And you must take care of your personal hygiene. Very important. And the prevention is better than cure. And that will be telling our people. anything you want to do, wash your hand. You are coming from toilet. We normally tell our people that after washing your hand, you want to eat, make sure you cook your food very well, very well. And if you are coughing or you are sneezing, then we used to tell people to use face mask, use hand sanitizers. But it's very important because by the time if you go to the toilet, you don't wash your hands.
So face mask, hand sanitizer, not only for coronavirus, because it was then it became
no.
very
It was during that period that awareness for it was more created. But it's not only for that alone. You can see some people now still putting on face masks and they are using hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer because if your hands, instead of you to wash your hands by the time you use hand sanitizer, of course your hands become clean. It contains some alcohol that almost all the germs in your hands can easily be killed. So that's it.
Okay, all right. So, well, it sounds like good news that Osun is not on the list, but for the states that are affected, I think you also mentioned it the other time that last year we had reduction in the incidences.
This year we had reduction this year.
Oh, okay. This year yes. we have reduction.
Yes, we have a reduction this year. Last year we reduced by like 35%. That we had more than 100 cases of circulating poliovirus type 2 last year, but this year we had only 83. And again is that by the time we start keep on vaccinating and revaccinating, of course we get to where we are going.
We've talked about the importance of personal hygiene.
Yes.
So
okay. The hallmark of it is for all our children to be vaccinated. Okay. That's hallmark. Right. But when we are preaching, when I'm talking about polio, there's nothing we can do.
When we say children, what's the
under 5?
Okay.
0 to 5.
They
must be vaccinated. Okay. That's very important.
All right. I was about asking that about attention to diet. What can we bear in mind? Talking about the attention we pay to our food intake. What kind of
the only thing that when you are talking about polio.
No, talk about immunity now.
Okay. Of course, immunity. Now you have to eat balanced diet for you to be fully immunized. If you eat balanced diet, adequate protein, calories, fat, almost everything must be, you eat it in proportion.
Perhaps we even do more of nature,
yes,
natural food.
Natural foods, fruits, and that will give you fruit that will can boost your immune system. Can boost your immune system. But you have to know what we, as I've said before, we are lucky to have these vaccines that have been purchased or given to us by the government. And of course, that will boost your immunity by the time you take the vaccine.
The other time you said there are asymptomatic carriers of victims and things like that. So is that not a challenge in its own? That if somebody may have it and the person may not even know.
You know, the funniest thing is that about this poliovirus that when somebody is having poliovirus, within 1 to 2 weeks, you have it and it disappears. Nothing happened. You're asymptomatic. But you can, between the next 5 to 6 weeks, you can still be a carrier of it. You can be spreading it.
Oh, without knowing.
Without knowing. You may be spreading it without knowing. You may be spreading it without knowing. And I've told you, in order to be on the safe side, let's be immunized. That's what I'm preaching. That's what I'm here to preach.
But will that sermon be applicable to adults?
I
Can
don't
an
know.
adult get immunized?
No. Adults are not usually given consultation when it's only this is affects children more. If adult will play that as asymptomatic carrier, but children are the focus. At the focus, we are what we are focusing.
But seriously, is it possible for a nursing mother to forget to immunize a child?
It's possible.
So there are instances like that?
There are some states in Nigeria, that was particularly job, that in fact about 2 states from the study carried by UNICEF, about half a billion children needs their immunization.
Wow.
You know, we are lucky in this part of the world. You can see what's happening in Gaza, in Sudan, and some African countries where there's conflicts. Of course, immunization will be disrupted, and the case of polio will be increased.
That's true.
The only part of Africa that polio have been totally eliminated is Southern Africa. But Nigeria, we are too, at least one variant, the white polio virus. Nigeria is free of it, and will be certified by WHO since year 2020.
It's like that one is.
And that does not mean
it
may not come back. It depends. If you have a single case of that will be disaster. So please, we try as possible to prevent and pressure. The only thing we can do is that let's educate our people, let's move around, let's educate them, and let them bring out their children.
Before we round off, kind of cite instances of avenues for enlightenment, even at the domestic level. Are there? You're sounding like you would rather expect even older parents to do more of reminding their children, asking questions, and maybe even in the neighborhood, if you have a younger parent, like have you immunized your child? So when you talk about enlightenment, is this part of what you're talking about, that enlightenment at religious centers? Are these the things, trying to be a little more specific?
No, these are things we are supposed to be preaching. Okay. Every year we have. How will you be happy when you see your child becoming disabled by things that are very preventable? Because all these poliomyelitis, very, very preventable. Very, very preventable. And that's the reason in our mosque, in our churches, anywhere, in any gathering, what we need to tell them is that all these things, and most likely if you have advocates, people that have suffered from poliomyelitis, let them come out to tell our advocates, to tell the public, to tell the people, this is what happened to me. It was preventable, but this is what my people did to me when I was supposed to take immunization. They gave excuses, and this is what happened. It has resulted into. So it's preventable.
So the emphasis this morning is prevention, as is usually said.
Prevention by immunization. That's all. Because there's no drug you can use to cure polio. It's only supportive care. That's all. It's only supportive care. But if you are vaccinated against this disease, you'll be saved.
And this vaccination is just once in a lifetime, right?
It may not be once. It's not once. It's not usually once. It's not usually once. You have better three. And again, if there's an outbreak in your environment, in as much you are between age of 0 to 5, you'll be revaccinated.
Okay.
Yes. So to rejig your immunity, to boost your immunity once again. That's it.
Oh no, but time is not on our side. I would have wondered how our forefathers survived without all these vaccines we're talking about, I would have wondered how they survived. What was responsible? Is it that they didn't really survive? Something like that. In a few seconds, what do you have to say to that?
They were lucky.
They were lucky.
They were lucky, and we are not there. Actually, that's the truth. They were very, very lucky, and we are not there. What will happen?
Okay.
We did not know many people that died. Many people that died in those days, they died of preventive diseases.
Preventable.
Yes.
Preventable diseases.
Preventable diseases. They died of those ones. So, and we are not there. But the truth is that more people will have been saved
than they were.
Okay.
All right. Special thanks to Dr. Bello. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. As usual, every time we call on you, you respond. Nigeria, it is well with our souls. It's like the disease everybody is worried about now is hunger. It's about how to eat. But how to eat, it is somebody that is healthy that can put in extra efforts to combat hunger and the likes. Which means as we are making efforts to put food on the table, we had better ensure a balance in our approach to life and not neglect or gloss over other critical concerns that would ensure our overall well-being. It's been another lovely time on AM Cafe OSBC TV 113 on Star Times 502 on Free TV this morning, discussing the poliovirus incidences currently being recorded in 14 states of Nigeria. And we thank God that the information at our disposal clearly states that Osun State is not included. But prevention is better than cure, as it is always said. That awareness creation should continue. Emphasis on personal hygiene and vaccination, especially for children 0 to 5. For younger parents, is your child missing any of these vaccines? Please quickly get to any of the public, like you said, public health centers, right?
It's
Health institutions, hospitals around. Make sure your child is vaccinated. Special thanks to all hands on deck at the MCR, VTR, yes, all contributors, not forgetting the producer, Olushola Ogunle, executive producer, Desoye. Thank you so much. We appreciate everyone. Tomorrow is another day on the breakfast television show, AM Cafe OSBC TV. Till then, my name is Benga Faminu, wishing you a blessed day, rest of the week. Goodbye, and God bless.